So in previous videos, I have shown you how to go in to the library's webpage. We're already on the library's webpage, and on the left side, you would click on A to Z list of library databases, and from there you will find an alphabetical list of all of the different databases that we have. That is a great strategy for searching databases. However, what if I told you that there was a system that allows you to search more than one database at the same time? That is Welcome to OneSearch. OneSearch is such a system. It is not perfect yet, but it does allow us to search multiple databases at the same time. It doesn't search all of the databases that we have and all of the resources that each database has, but it searches most of them. This is a great tool when you're first starting out your research. It does have a few little kinks here and there, but it's a great tool. For certain types of research, I do prefer to go to the A to Z library databases list, but let me show you how this one works. Towards the center of the page, you're going to see the icon that says OneSearch, and this icon is shared by all of the LACCD libraries. In fact, this is a whole statewide initiative. So that way, if a student goes to one college and uses the library, they know how to use the library at all of the colleges in California and universities. So it's meant to help students be more comfortable with research and using library resources. So with OneSearch, we have different search options. We could stay with the everything, and then that means that whatever keyword I put in, staying with the same one for me, violent video games. And if I leave it on everything, it's going to give me everything that is got. I could focus my search and I could bring down this menu, and let's just say I just want just the books. So when I click on search, it's only going to give me just books at LASC, and LASC stands for Los Angeles Southwest College. Let me show you other options. If I just wanted just ebooks, I can just click here and it'll just give me just electronic books. So this is great, especially now with the COVID, that the physical libraries are closed. In order to access books, we would have to rely on ebooks or electronic books. Bring down the menu again. Let's just say things are back in place and we can access all the libraries again. We have a partnership in LACCD where you can borrow a book from any LACCD library. So this will come in handy if you're looking for a book that the Southwest Library doesn't have. Then if you can find it at East or Pierce, etc., you can bring it over here, over to Southwest. Articles, if I just wanted articles from magazines, newspapers, journals, I could just click that option. Now, if I leave it wide and open to everything, it's going to give me books, videos, websites, all kinds of sources. So let's just see what it looks like. I click on search. So from that search box, I'm taken into a new search interface, or it's a new web page, but it's still ours, part of the LASC library services. So here towards the top, there are different options. Right? If you want to know how to do certain things, you can go to the FAQs. If you want to chat with a librarian, you can click on the chat button. If you want to see all of an alphabetical list of all the databases, you can even jump right from there. You can either go into the research guides, and that'll take you to different helpful pages that the librarians have created for different research assignments. But let's just stick with the search that I did in the previous page. So here's my search bar on video games, and from here I could add, and children or and teenagers or whatever keywords I want to try. So I could always jump in right here and modify my search results. But let's just see what I have here. Towards the center of the page is where I see all the different items that I was able to find in my search. So it first gives me, notice, almost 60,000 results. That's way too many results to look through. So, I could still browse through all of this. If I wanted to see more, I could click on the load more results page and more results will show up. But it's way too many to look for. So what I could do is use the tools from this resource. So on the far left, I see a menu of different ways that I could modify the search results and focus it down to something more specific. I could say if I just want anything online, or if I just want scholarly, I can click on that little box. If I want specific subject, I can bring down the subject list, and I could just select, okay, I just want, bring down the subject. Just want just something that's specific, where the subject specifically just violence, or an analysis, or political aspects, or social aspects, or youth and children and youth, or just the United States, or etc. Different ways that I could narrow that down. So let's just say I'm going to do social aspects. So from almost 60,000, now 2,000 something. And then I could look and experiment with the different results here. Now, if that's still a lot, which that's still a lot, I could also narrow it down by resource type. So let's just say I just wanted, either just a video, or newspaper articles, or books, or journals, depending on what I want. I could narrow it down even further this way. But let me just see just what I see here. On real violent video games pronounced when playing with virtual, well, maybe that might be a good one. Okay, this one. Parenting orientations as antecedents of children's violent games. Okay, well, this is an article. I can see that from here. It tells me that it's also peer review, so it's going to be a case study. This gives me the title of the article. It gives me the authors, where this article was published, and all of the other details. If I want more information about it, I'm going to click on the title. And here I get everything again, all broken down. I could email this information to myself. Then I can scroll down, and then this is where I see where this article is found, which databases actually contain this particular article. And in this example, there's 4 different databases that have it. So if I want actual access to it, I can just click on any one of these and see. But before I do that, let me show you what else is on this page. From here, I also have all of the authors, and I can just click on any of these to see if there's other content written by or composed by any of these creators or authors. Then I also see the subjects, so I can also jump into specific subjects, and I'll get different results from here. Here's a quick little summary of it. Now let's go scroll all the way up again, and let's try to find this article. So I'm going to click on one of these links and see if it actually takes me to it. This has some kinks into it that sometimes the links don't work, but in this case, voila, it took me right inside Gale Academic One file. So see, that other database is like a jumping off point where it's searching multiple databases at the same time. That is going to give you different links, and you just click on the link. Because I have already authenticated earlier in the day, I didn't have to do that. But if this is the first time in the day that you're using this tool, then you can just follow like we've done before. Once you click on the link, you would enter your student ID number and then your 4-digit date of birth, and it'll take you right in. And it takes me right into the specific article that I wanted. Here are my authors. Here's the title of the journal in which it came in. The full title of it, and then there's the full article. From there, I take what I want and then explore the same tools, right? From the previous video on Academic One file, then here's the citation tool, the different citation options, right? And then I can click right here and copy it, right click, copy, and put it in my annotated bibliography, or email that to myself, etc. So if I wanted to email it, the tool to email is right next to the citation tool. Click on Send To, and I could either put it in Google Drive, OneDrive. There's the email feature. Then if I wanted to go back in, let's just say this is great, I found what I wanted. Let me find some others. So I'm going to close out of that, and I'm back into OneSearch. I want to go ahead and click on the X, and from there I can browse to see if there's anything else that I want, or anything else that looks interesting to me. So if this is still not what I want, I can go over here, and then let's just add and children and aggression. So the more keywords that I add, then the less likely that I'm going to find it's going to be more specific. My search is going to be more specific. So right from here, I can say, oh, I just want books, or I just want ebooks, or just articles, etc. So let's just see. Click on search. And that's still a lot of results. And then, see, I can, if I want a book, I can click on the book. Oh, this one, associated with increased aggression in children, and this one's from 2014. That might be an interesting article. But then again, the content might be already outdated. Lots of books in 2016. Let's click on that one. Let's just see what that is. And sometimes there's a bit of a hiccup, and then if you get into an error, then you can just try a different article or go directly into the database that you want. But this one, oh, there it goes. It took me right into Academic Search Complete. And here's all the detailed information on it. The citation tool is on the right side. I could also email it. The tool that's also on the right side. If I want to access the PDF article, it's on the left side. I pull up the article. This one looks like it's from a magazine. So it's not very lengthy, but it might have enough information, or it might quote a particular study. So if it's you can evaluate it, apply the CRAP method onto this article, and decide whether it's something that will help you or not. And I can close it out and go back into OneSearch. So from here, I can move up or down the different articles so that I don't have to keep going back and forth. Oh, this one has got a specific chapter that I can click on. Let's see, let's click on that one. And this one, it's a little different because it looks like this is an ebook version. So when you get to something and it looks weird like this, take a look to see where it actually took you to. So this one, it directed me to Opposing Viewpoints. Opposing Viewpoint is also a really great resource if you're doing something, pro or con for a lot of controversial issues where there's a lot of debate. This particular one is taking me to a particular book. So I can click right here on the year, 2015, and then all of the sections of the book are presented to us in different links. So these are different chapters or articles inside this physical book in digital format. And let's just say if I want this one, I can click on that. And then just know if you're inside this database, there might be different types of resources. This particular one, when you look at this database, notice here document type that this is a viewpoint essay. So then that already tells me that this particular source that I'm looking at is going to have a lot of viewpoints, a lot of opinions. And that is not necessarily bad as long as the opinions are based on reasoning and logic and based on facts. So the only way to determine that is, of course, you as the researcher, you have to read it. And then as you read it, it gives you a brief commentary on this article. And then it tells you, who this person is. This is not just any person out there. This is a psychology professor. And then we're presented with information about where this professor works and what kind of stuff he does. And this gives you a little bit of a background. And then there's his opinion. And then more information for you to look at on it. And then again, here's the source citation at the bottom, towards the bottom. You're down here already in this particular, you can look at other links that contain related articles on the same topic. So that's a quick introduction to using OneSearch. I'm going to go ahead and close out of that. And now I'm back in OneSearch. I'm going to click on the X. And now I'm back to my search results list. And then from here, I can spend even more time exploring some of the results from here. I can go back up and add additional keywords. Let's do add parenting. I want to do articles, books, and more. And it's still a lot. So just be prepared, because this particular source searches multiple databases and resources out at the same time. So you're going to get a lot of results. So in a way, this could save you some time, because you're searching multiple things at the same time, so that way you're not jumping from one database to another. But then again, some of these may not be as relevant as other results if you go directly to a particular database. So if you're doing a psychology related project or a sociology related project, you can start off here just to see what kind of resource you get. But if you're getting things that are not really very relevant, then you may just need to go into the LAC library databases and then just access that specific database that you want, whether it's sociology for SOCH or SOCINDEX or psychology and behavioral sciences collection, or the same thing if you're doing a focused research in business or law. But both strategies, both styles have their place, and the more that you know, the more tools you have available to yourself. Now, one other thing, I'm going to jump from Southwest webpage, and just to show you that everything that we're covering in this class, you can take with you when you transfer over to other universities. So let's just go quickly to CSU Long Beach Library. So I'm up here typing in my search terms in my search box up here, and I'm just searching the internet for California, CSU Long Beach, and there it is. I'm going to click on that link, and notice we're on a separate page, but see here they also have OneSearch. They also have the different options. You can search everything, or just newspapers, or just books, etc. And depending on what you want, type in your search, and it's basically very similar to how we've done it here. Their tool is also called OneSearch, and it looks very similar to what we have. It's just the colors are different. And the background might be different, but see that you can filter the results on the left side. Your results are listed right in the center of the page. It gives you a picture of the book, the title of the book. Oh, we also have this particular book in our collection too. And if you want more information about it, you can click right there. It's the same, similar type of resource or database. Oh, see, there you go. Opposing viewpoints, the same as what we have in our collection. So see, once you know how to use my library here at Southwest, you can take everything that you've learned and apply it to whatever research you're doing. Here, this class is going to teach you just the basics of research and introduce you to basic research. And then from there, you can explore advanced tools. You may be able to take advanced research classes later on, depending on your major. Maybe if you're majoring in nursing, you may want to do medical informatics, where you're researching just medical information, specialized tools or specialized databases that we don't have access to. Or if you're doing something in law, how to research court cases or Supreme Court cases, etc. You'll have more specific tools and databases to search very specific types of sources. So this class doesn't really get into that detailed research on other specific types of researches. We're just sticking to just broad general concepts that you could just apply to specific types of researches that you will do in the future. One other thing is we're still in the Long Beach site. I'm going to click here on databases, and very similar to the way that we've arranged our A to Z list of databases. See, very similar. See, they have 260 databases, while we only have about 68. So, but all the databases are here listed in alphabetical order. You can also browse just by subject. You can click there and see they have many more than we do. You click on anthropology, and then they have their anthropology databases here. Or again, you can also narrow down by database types or by vendors. So see, they have the similar setup as how we do. So the whole point of taking you to California State University Long Beach Libraries page is for you to know that there is some consistency when you move from one library to the next, where once you know how to use one you can figure out how to use the rest of them. All it takes is you just have to look at the interface, look at the page to try to find out where all of the different tools are located on each library's web page. And that is it for this particular video. Thank you. See you next time.